How about now? I think we should have some audio now. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's one of these. It looks weird. All white.
How about now? How about now? Can you hear me now? There we go. Mark Bright Spark. All right, cool. Cool. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for checking out Jet Suite X here. So here we are at the observation area here at Love Field. It's great to have you with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, I'm a little groggy. Parker, to answer your question. I did remember to charge the batteries, but I am a little groggy. If you asked me what the circumference of the Earth is, I would not know because my brain's a little foggy. But to be fair, I don't think I know the circumference of the Earth to begin with. What's up, Randy? Keith? Good morning to you, Feather Jensen. So yeah, let's take a wide zoom out. Here you go. Here's a look at the observation area. A nice shaded area. And all the cool stuff. What do we get over here? It's like Eastern Air Express, a 737-400. Kind of reminds me of Minneapolis. Not so much in the design, but you're like right in front of one of the main runways, and then you can see the other parallel runway in the distance. Hi, Roblox, Southpaw. Yeah, I was going to say, just like Qantas, I was running a little bit late today. Just like Qantas, I was running a little bit late today. But we are here. And let's see, since it's going to be a nice show today, let's see if we can get ATC rolling here. ATC, where art thou? So this is the new observation area that opened about a month ago. It's nice. It definitely has plenty of shade. I'll tell you that much. I would tell you that much. The circumference of Texas? I'd have to do some research on that one. Q, what's up, man? How's it going? Grumpy says Texas is approximately 773 miles wide from east to west. Yes, that is correct. Because I remember when you first arrive into Texas at El Paso, they say San Antonio or Houston, I think, is 680 miles? Or maybe it's Beaumont, Texas. 680 miles. But this is Jet Suite X on Embraer E140 or 135. There we go.
Thanks, we'll see you later.
Jet Suite X heading off. Doing what Jet Suite X does. Making people feel bougie. So the only window seat spotter. All right, let me get dialed in here. Don't have anything immediate inbound. We have Phoenix that just landed. Blue Demon Arc, I slept okay. I'm a little groggy this morning because as soon as I got up, I was like, oh, I got to go. I got to get up, eat lunch. Well, thanks, Southpaw. I appreciate that. They are playing good. They're streaking. But man, is the Central a tough division. I don't think there's anybody who's really bad this year. So let's take you a little tour. If we go to, so we're looking towards the east. No, we're looking to the west. And as we turn to the camera, you kind of see everything a little bit. And then as you look behind my shoulder, so there's plenty of shade here, which is a definite plus. Big plus. So kudos to Love Field for the shade. And you can see, I think these are gates like the 20s out here. The only thing that maybe is a challenge is obviously they built these great, beautiful area, but then they have these big posts that are periodically holding up the roof. So just FYI. But this is pretty great. Pretty great. Yeah, so as far as this is what honestly I think Founders Plaza needs to do, what DFW Airport needs to do for renovation. Like they've done a really nice job giving it like a nice big rotunda and then a giant roof on top of it so that everybody is shaded, not just a tiny canopy. So they did a really, really good job with it. The one Delta Gate window seat spotter. You know, and it's interesting because I decided just because my cruise, because of how we're arriving on the 13s, I decided to be on the furthest west post. Now, I could set up in the sun, but that would be a little more annoying. So I wanted some shade today, so I'm definitely taking advantage of that. I guess there's a shade area over there, but this is also the highest point because there's a little bit of a slope as you go either east or west. So this is kind of the high point of the rotunda. So that's kind of why I'm more centered on this one near the center. Dreambert, oh my gosh, where have you been, Dreambert? How's it going? Michael Walker making an appearance. So again, for you new viewers, this is the new observation area. For those who haven't seen it yet, this was completed in the last 2 months. My initial impressions are, one, I wish it were a little bit higher just to avoid the fence posts, but that's just a small thing. The second thing I noticed was, holy cow, there's an entire shaded portion, which is freaking awesome. So this is a big win. And we're right next to Taxiway Alpha. We're probably less than, I bet you I could probably throw a football 30 yards and hit Taxiway Alpha. That's how close we are. So yeah, you kind of see how the fence posts at the very top interfere a little bit. But other than that, it's pretty doggone great. Like, again, I keep going back to the shade. This is so nice. You don't understand. After standing out in the sun and getting the sun in your face or burning you, this is so nice. Charlotte doesn't even have this. So kudos to the city of Dallas and Love Field and the Department of Aviation. It's pretty doggone great. My crew says Dallas Airport observation area greater than DFW. All right, that is a great question. Let's do it. Poll question time. My crews gave us our poll question. I know I had another one in mind, but we're going to go with this one today. Right after, I'll put the poll question up right after this departure. Yin, you've been a member for 21 months. Thank you, Yin. Got another FlexJet Challenger. Morning, Pen. Mattman asks, how does the new viewing area at Love Field compare to Grand Rapids? Ooh, that is, that was the first comparison I thought of, Mattman. The one thing I will tell you, too, is there are not, like, if you're looking for a table close to the viewing, like right here at under the rotunda, there's not any tables. There are not any tables, so you got to take that if you're going to set up or whatever. There are no tables. There are benches. But yeah, no tables, unlike Founders Plaza. What's up, ERB? There are no bugs at the observation deck. I did have a spider fall on my head just now, ERB, as you said that. All right, we get another FlexJet takeoff. We are headed to Burbank, California. Mark Brightsmart, thank you for joining Premium Economy. So, honestly, I think this is a good, design that can be replicated in a lot of airports. I'm sorry to report, Southpaw, that after 307 votes last night, the 747 had 70% of the vote. I'm sorry. It's a tough loss for you. Well, thank you so much, Mark. Appreciate it.
You might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
So again, we've got kind of a Minneapolis setup here where you can kind of see the far runway, the parallel runway. See the action a little bit. So that's cool. You got views really of both runways. Brian Henry, what's going on? Good morning. Good morning, good morning. I knew you would say that, Southpaw. Southpaw says, again, 70% were wrong last night. I understand not everyone is perfect. People do have flaws. I don't know if I got a cold, ERB, but I'm just groggy from not getting much sleep. In fact, give me a second. I'll be right back. Yeah, just something to do in my spare time on YouTube, so. Yeah.
What's your channel?
It's called, if you look it up on YouTube, it's just Pip Hastings Aviation.
Pip.
Hastings. Hastings. Yep. Yeah. That is it. You got it. Yeah, this is a great place. So, yep, we're
How long
just
you been doing it?
about 3 years. Yeah, I enjoy it a lot.
I bet.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Aviation is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. I
So,
was just reading the history of the place.
yep.
I was here for the first 747 landing.
Oh, nice.
70, and as a example of how things have changed in the world.
Yep.
When I was in junior high, my cousin and I were both aviation nuts.
Sure.
our parents would drive us up to the terminal on a Saturday morning,
Uh-huh.
drop us off.
Uh-huh.
We'd wander around the terminal all day long.
Nice.
And that was before hijackings and security and stuff.
Yep.
So we'd be standing at the gate looking at a plane, and somebody from maintenance would come out and would say, "Hey, come on." And they'd sit us in the cockpit and turn on the radio, let us listen to the controllers.
The good old days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I wish we could. Yeah, unfortunately. But I would love to do that, so.
So I ended up being in a traffic controller. So
Oh, you were an air traffic
Yeah.
controller? Awesome. I was, so I work in airport operations now, but before that I was a flight dispatcher for Envoy Air and then Breeze Airways after that. So yeah.
cool.
Yeah. What was your name?
John Mason.
John. Also, Pip.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So you just enjoying retirement now?
Yeah. Yep. I was at Fort Worth Center from '81 to 2012. And
Very cool. You guys are the best.
thanks.
Hey, I bet it. I bet it was a little chaotic. Like now, how much the airspace has just been much condensed.
Yeah, it was a great job. I loved it.
Yeah, I would have done it too, but I found out about it too late. Like after I was 31. So, but no, that's awesome. All right, so Matt Man had a question. Any more Max 7 updates? We're going to have to ask our friend Joe Leary. I heard a rumor, maybe October, not entirely sure. My crew says we might be able to see Qantas A380 if we look close enough, just because of how big it is. They should start doing food trucks here too. Food trucks here. Get some food trucks and start selling food.
They'd have to add more parking.
It's true.
That'd be a good thing.
Yes. Yeah, this place, this is my first time here at this location. And so, yeah, it's great. I mean, like, it's just nice having shade.
Yeah.
So good.
Where'd you used to set up?
I would be in the parking garage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So now that they have this is great. And then I can rotate the parking garage. And if I want to go to the south side, I can do that. But yeah, this is great for the north side.
I remember when I first started coming out here, my dad was electrical engineer at Texas Instruments.
Mm-hmm.
And he got some little AM/FM transistor radio.
Yep.
And I have no idea what it physically looked like inside, but he opened it up. He said he spread the coils of the FM band apart where it was aviation band.
Ah.
And we could listen to the pilots and controllers. You would go park along Denton Road.
Oh, nice.
All the train tracks over there. Brother and sister and I climb up on the boxcars and watch their plane.
All right, Q says Qantas Flight 7 turning base 15 miles north of Dallas. What is up? Great to see you, 182Q. And welcome in, everybody. We're just having a little chat. It's a great day to be here. So welcome in, everybody. Looks like we might have a private jet. Yep. Cessna Citation Latitude. And yeah, that's our next arrival. So welcome in, everybody, to the new observation area. It's been open for about 2 months. I'm sure plenty of you locals have already been here, but for those who haven't, this is on the north side of Dallas Love Field along Lemon and it's super easy to get to. It's towards like the end of Lemon Avenue before you cross the bridge. But it is great. So Madman, yeah, I don't know about the Max 7s. I heard October, but it may be early next year. Hi, Marco. Good morning. From West Fort Worth, home of the JRB. There are not, ERB. There are not. Good question, though. All right, Nick, welcome in. We'll see ya. Good eyes, my crew. I can't even see that. You got good eyes. But then again, I should be looking over towards Irving. So Mattman asked, what's the difference between this one and Grand Rapids? It's very similar. I will tell you Grand Rapids has bathrooms. This does not. There's also a vending machine at Grand Rapids. And then there's also some tables you can sit under as well. So those are the main differences, Mattman, between Grand Rapids and Love Field. But nonetheless, this is still pretty doggone great. Well, at least we caught it, Mike Cruz. All right, our next arrival looks like it'll be another FlexJet Embraer Praetor 600 from Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, which is about, 45, 50 miles from Spokane, Washington. It's Idaho's version of heaven. Parker says, I believe air traffic control reversed ops as soon as I turned off the camera last night. Delkus owes everybody apologies. Well, I'm just glad. I thought about last night, and I'm glad we stayed longer than we needed to catch the A380. Because I was watching it back on video. It looked fantastic last night. So I'm really glad that we decided to stay for that. Okay, Blue Demon Arc, got it. Hey, a 2-for-1 shot there. Same airplane. Next arrival is a Cessna Citation Latitude from Nashville. What's that?
What's your preferred radar app?
Flight Radar 24. Yep, that's mine. Yeah, everybody gets mad at me. I don't say FlightAware, but it just makes sense for me.
Yeah, I think works better for me too.
Yeah. All right, on the opposing runway, the parallel runway, 13 right. Looks like we got Lubbock arriving. Southwest Airlines flight. Come on, there we go. Yeah, it definitely is FlexJet heaven. I think their headquarters are just down the taxiway Alpha, I believe. And then NetJets has a big hangar and facility. Oops. Hey, pleasure to meet you, John. We'll see you again. That's awesome stuff. Love talking to air traffic controllers. They are the best. They are the best. We have another private jet arrival, Dassault Falcon 2000 LXS. So yeah, you can tell I'm a little groggy. We were at DFW till about 11 until Qantas took off, and that was about 11:45 last night. So we were up till about midnight, and I didn't get home till 12:30ish. So yeah, I'm a little groggy today. If you're like, is Pip sick? I'm like, I don't think so. I'm just a little groggy from being up late last night. But we're here, and it's fantastic. Yeah, and I might do that in the future, Q. I might pick up 182Q. I might pick up a iPad and use that as my ADSB exchange. We got a 737 mainliner, Southwest Flight 20 from Houston Hobby. That is our next arrival on a 737-800. Mike, good morning. Have you ever streamed from the Southwest headquarters deck? It has a nice view of 13 right. No, I have not. And you are right. They sure do. They have their, they did have their, before they cut it, their block parties there, the Southwest employees. So I'd have to get permission, of course, and that would be a big ask. But that's not a bad idea, Mike. The worst they can say is no. So that's all there is to it. And there is our arrival from Houston. Feather Jensen asked, do I like Whataburger? The question is, do I like Whataburger? All right, so here's my thoughts on Whataburger. The breakfast burger is the best breakfast burger or breakfast sandwich out there. Better than an Egg McMuffin, a steak, egg, and cheese bagel from McDonald's, whatever. The breakfast burger is undoubtedly the best breakfast burger in America. With that being said, beyond breakfast, not a huge fan of Whataburger. And I get a lot of flack from everybody for that. Like I anticipate I will in just a minute. Thanks everybody for liking and subscribing, tuning in. And just enough time for our next landing. Q says I like their breakfast taquitos. Maybe I am getting sick. I don't know. All I know is I have to show up to work tomorrow. Next arrival, Southwest 1092 from Long Beach, California. And don't forget to vote in our poll question. 59% of you say right now Love Field new observation area is better than DFW Founders Plaza. We've been to both here in Dallas. And I do head back to Tucson tonight. So this is our last day, sadly, but hopefully we'll be back in the not too distant future, maybe in the fall. We'll see. Never know what happens. That's a good suggestion, Mike. That's not a bad suggestion. Good press. Any press is good press. Any press is good press. So this is my first time here. I'm still learning the ins and outs. Manila Ice Cream says, can we eat Uber Eats a Brahms milkshake? Oh, there you go. Aqua Sucks. Tell that to Bud Light. Brahms milkshake sounds like a good idea. Challenger 600. Next landing here. A lot of private jets today here in that first hour. A lot of private jets. Parker said, I checked to see if Independence 1 would make an appearance today, but no such luck. One day we'll get it. Maybe it'll come back to Tucson. That was pretty wild. First or second day of service, and it's already, we already saw it in Tucson. So that was pretty wild. Hi, Robbie. Good morning to you. Welcome in. Great to have you aboard. Nice to see everybody. See, my ATC app already shut down. Travis asking if I'm flying back to Tucson private. No, not quite. Although, Travis, we did talk last night about if we ever reach 1 million subscribers and everybody chips in $1, every subscriber chips in $1, and I'll cover the last $1 million. We narrowed it down to 2 planes, either for the channel, either the Cirrus Vision or the Cessna Caravan. So the question is, do we want to carry more people and more things, or do we want to go with fewer people but get there faster? That is the question. Because those are both under 4 million. I said I'd cover the last million. And they're both under 4 million. So that is the question. Ken Griffey Jr. owns a Vision Jet. Nice. Ken Griffey not only owns a Vision Jet, but he also is a sports photographer, like a really good photographer. I'm like, listen, man, you already are a Hall of Famer baseball player with millions of dollars. Why don't you let other people be the photographers and go retire? But nope. So that's just... Ken just showing off again. Ken Griffey being Ken Griffey. This is Flight 1699 from Southwest Airlines from San Jose, California. My bottom screen does say DFW. I told you I was a little groggy. Thank you, Randy. Hey, Tom Overhead Spotter making an appearance. Tom says Vision Jets are cool, but I'd be perfectly fine with a Caravan. I'm leaning, honestly, Tom, I'm leaning towards Caravan. Uh-oh, we got a 717 alert. We get a 717 alert. Delta Airlines. Thank you, Randy. Delta Airlines, 717 alert. So, Tom, the one thing about the Cirrus Vision Jet is it only seats up to 6. And then you don't get as far as range, as far as nautical miles. So, I'm leaning towards the Cessna, and I'd put in 12 seats, maybe. No, I'd probably do 5 seats. So enough for 10 passengers. And they would be nice chairs, too. By the way, that's Irving over there. So remember, those buildings look familiar from the Founders Plaza side? So this is the other side. Nick, I will be taking off tonight at 9:15 p.m. And American, I think the flight number is 1830 back to Tucson. That's right, Mike. They passed the 717s, and 10 years later, they're still going to Delta. It's because when Southwest bought AirTran had those 717s. Oh, look at this guy. He's being fancy. Check out these maneuvers. Camera does not like the fence. He's going to be fancy. He's going to show off. Look at the angle he's coming at. And then he's going to square up and he's going to show off. Barb G says hello from Wyoming. One of my favorite states in America. What's up, Barb G? Thank you, Penn. Welcome in, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you for being a part of the program. Trying to think. All right. Nice job. That pilot's just showing off. Next arrival, Southwest 2536 from Austin, Texas on a 700. Excuse me, I'm going to try something real quick. Since my camera is a little flaky today, I wonder if it's the setting. That looks brightest to me. Come on. Jack Planespotting 314. When is your flight to Tucson scheduled to arrive there? I believe 9:53 is the scheduled arrival time. (9:53) Jack Planespotting. So yeah, we go back in time 2 hours. So I'll still have time to get some sleep before work tomorrow. So win-win. Win-win-win-win-win. So thanks, everybody. Big thank you to everybody tuning in, especially if you've been joining the action the past 3 days. Even though I was on North Flow yesterday, we got a lot of good stuff. Saw a lot of 747s, saw Royal Jordanian, saw Qantas take off at 11:40 at night. What's up, Mark? How's Columbus? The flight to Tucson, Jack Planespotting, is about 2 hours, give or take. But we are going basically east to west, so there might be a little bit of a headwind, so that might be more like 2 hours and 15 minutes, but it's not too bad. There's our Lonely Delta flying. You know, I wonder if when they finally get rid of the 717, if we'll get the A220s here. You are welcome. So when it's a hot day and you want to go plane spotting, this is definitely the place to go to. Because there's a giant roof over my head. And it's pretty great. Don't forget that just beyond the hill, that hill right there, that is Bachman Lake. Beyond that, or actually, yeah, that's right there, Bachman Lake. What's up, Tim Arnold? Next arrival just around the corner, Southwest 2435 from Harlingen, Texas. Down near the border. Trucker Norm, I'll be here until probably 2:30. I want to get back home before traffic, shower up, and then have dinner with the family. So probably 2:30, so a couple more hours. Mark Lovefield to Fort Worth. The city of Fort Worth, probably a good 45 minutes.
Well, it showed 12:30.
It's just over 50 miles, I think, from Dallas to Fort Worth, and that's without traffic. Air King Flyer, welcome in. Welcome to the new observation area.
Oh, darn. This one's coming out of Paris. 787.
Come over here.
Or a 787, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, it's a 778. Got it.
Come on. Over there, because I have 7 months late.
Hey, Kiki, I see the dice. Come over here.
Come on, puppy. Oh, yeah.
Let's see.
Ooh! An A340. 215. It's delayed right now, but it departed 10:46.
There's our Max 8 from Harlingen. You know, Mike brings up a good question. Do you think UPS would sell their MD-11s to FedEx? I don't know if they would. Probably not. That would probably be a no. But I've seen weirder things. No, because I think FedEx, it wouldn't make much sense to buy the plane if it's going to only be in use for another 3 or 4 years. That's just my take on it. Because I think FedEx said it's only going to use them for a few more years, so like 5 more years. Fort Worth to Dallas, our next arrival. So an Embraer Phenom flying the long haul. And then we'll keep an eye out for Southwest 1204 from Fort Walton Beach, VPS. Nothing like a short ferry flight or a repo flight, a repositioning flight. You mean UPS, Mark? I'm sure they're both doing fine. Jonathan Bilbao, bienvenidos. Buenas tardes. Good afternoon to you. Here comes another. Oh, yeah, they're going to do the VPS thing, is going to do the short final. Gotta love it. I think it's like a 3, maybe less than 5 miles, but. Thank you for being a member of Premium Economy for 7 months, Jonathan Bilbao. Sure, why not? Hey, JL Photo Texture. I am at the new observation area. I tell you what, man, everybody knows about this. Word travels fast. I've heard a lot of good things, Air King Flyer, about the Embraer Phenom 300. I tend to be a fan of Embraer. We got another. Sorry, I had my keyboard cover. I gotta get some tape for that. Got another one inbound to us. Moose Turner, kind enough to gift a membership.
Get to the chopper!
Sure.
Get to the chopper!
I'm gonna think about dropping him a thank you note.
There we go. You can tell I'm very tired. We were up though last night till 11:40. Yeah. Burning the midnight oil for the A380. So it blocked out about 15 minutes late. But then it had to burn off some fuel after that. So that was another 15 minutes. Which I don't know how you overfill an A380. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure everybody can hear it in my voice. It's true. No, I did not used to be a pilot. The Pip the Pilot is just a cartoon character. Luke Jensen, welcome to First Class Premiere. Thank you so much, Luke, for joining us, supporting the channel.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
Thank you for supporting the channel each month. It helps out a lot. Actually, it helps out more than a lot. It helps out a ton. So thank you, Luke. Right now, that poll question, Dallas Love Field holding a slight edge, 54-46, over DFW Founders Plaza. So let's pan for you again, if you haven't seen it. So this is towards the western part of the park, right? There's some benches with shade over there. There's some viewfinders here. Then there's some roofs, a giant roof, which I absolutely love. So you can be in shade during the hot days. And then there's a Delta 757 charter. And yeah. And so that's the east, more the east side of the plaza, observation plaza, I'll call it. And behind me is the parking lot. So it's not super big. So, two things. One, I love the roof, as I've mentioned. But the other thing is they could have just not done anything good with this. But they decided in the small confines to do something positive. So I salute Dallas. Love Field, the city of Dallas, Love Field, Department of Aviation for doing that. It's pretty awesome. So thank you. Thank you. City of Dallas and aviation lovers will appreciate this. Yeah, it's true. It's the view is much better here, but a lot of international and cargo planes at DFW. So it's a tough call. JL photo texture. Butter landing there. Scott Barker, what is up? Thank you for the recommendation, Scott, to come down here. I didn't get a chance to respond to your comment, but thank you so much. It's pretty great. Roger that, Nick. Q says, heard you talking about the vortex yesterday. When Qantas A380 usually departs DFW, it navigates out west to Fort Worth to the Mineral Wells vortex, then to Abilene. Very nice. Thank you, Q, for that. So my next question, Q, is it's been a couple years since I've done a flight plan from DFW. Is that part of the star? A standard star is the Mineral Wells vortex, or is that Qantas's own little tweak, I guess, on their flight plan? Here's another citation latitude. Uncle Plane Guy, good to see you. And Air King Flyer says,
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
thank you for that $1.99 super chat, Air King Flyer. Really appreciate it. The Phenom, Air King Flyer says we need to get Pip a Phenom. Well, if we get to Air King Flyer, if we get to 1 million subscribers, and then I contribute, they each contribute $3. I'll contribute the last $1 million, So we've got a budget of $4 million right now. We might be able to find a Phenom for just a used Phenom, perhaps. I got you, Q. Only see Qantas go direct to the Vortac, then make a turn towards Abilene. All right. I'll have to look at their flight plan, see if it models one of the stars. So maybe I could find a nice used Phenom. I do like the Phenoms. Next arrival will be a Cessna Citation Encore. Classic Cessna. Looking good, looking good. Stephen Likens, how's it going? It's pouring rain in Florida. Thunderstorms off and on today. Same thing back home in Michigan as well with rain. Well, we sent the rain probably to you in Florida, so you're welcome. Looks like our next arrival will be Southwest 2839 from Los Angeles. A MAX 8 for Southwest Airlines. Haven't had a single special delivery today in the broadcast. Doggone it. I think it's about time for Southwest to tweak their logo. It's been around, I think, for 10 years. Awesome, Matthew. That's great, bud. You like the current livery, Matt Man says. Please don't change it. Next arrival. Oh, that's going to Addison. My bad. Okay, our next jet is a Cessna Citation 7. If you're just joining us, welcome into episode 506, Pip's Planespotting Live from the New Love Field observation area. It's on the north side of the airport off of Lemon Avenue. And it's actually right next to, if you've hit the business jet center, you've gone too far. Here is a 757 right there, and I can tell you, this area right here, if I remember correctly, if you guys think back, if you were watching us back in 2000 and I think 24, this is where the president landed and parked his 757, was right here. So, the new observation area, if they keep the same FBO, might be shut down because if the president parks there. Just FYI, because it's pretty dang close. I mean, I hope it stays open. But just keep that in mind. They might close it if the president shows up. That's just my 2 cents. That's not official. Nice roar from those engines. Steven says, used to be cool seeing the old Northwest airplanes back in the day. Flew them quite a bit. Used to be really cool flying on the Saab prop planes. Felt like you were in a tank. Those Swedes, Steven, the Swedes, man. We have another Challenger waiting to go to BGI, which I believe is in the Bahamas, Bridgetown. So we'll be here about till 2:30. Then we're gonna run home, shower up, have dinner, and fly back to Tucson tonight. It's been an enjoyable journey here. I mean, obviously, I wish Sunday wasn't a rain out, but it does happen from time to time. But you know what? If there was rain, this might cover us. So, very cool. That's correct, Steven. That's usually where I park my plane. Barbados. Excuse me, Bridgetown, Barbados fly guy says, and he's right. I am incorrect. Barbados, not Bahamas. Bridgetown, Barbados. So that Southwest we saw is getting ready to take off to Las Vegas on a 737-700. Good afternoon to you, fly guy. It's great meeting John, a retired air traffic controller, earlier today. Pretty cool. Madman says, let's do DFW in Dallas again for Father's Day. When is Father's Day this year? Is it, Madman, is it the 21st? Because if so, I think there's something else happening that day in Chicago. Or maybe it's the 20th. Yeah, when is Father's Day? I don't have my calendar in front of me, and I'm using both of my phones for other stuff, but when is Father's Day? Kurt Erickson, hello, sir. Good day to you. All right, Q did a little research and says the Worth 1 departure goes to the Millsap Vortac D, Abilene. Maybe they break off after that for the A380. Thank you for doing the research, Q. Alex, good afternoon to you. Thanks for tuning in. Going to Las Vegas. Thank you, Air King Flyer. Father's Day is, in fact, 6/21. That is a big day for Chicago. O'Hare. Yeah, I do have two phones. I have two phones because, Kevin, I figured it might be a good idea to have a backup data service. Plus, I only have so much data on my other plan. So let's say, for example, my Wi-Fi hotspot doesn't work. My other phone might work as a hotspot. So I think they said for the Visible Pro Plus plan, your upload speeds are like 15 megabytes per second, which is good enough for what I need. So, because right now we're at about 4,500, so that should be enough. So we should be theoretically okay. So yeah, that's kind of why I have two phones. Southwest 184 737 from Amarillo, Texas is next. Tyson Price is watching from Sandy, Utah. Good to see you again, Tyson. I'm looking forward to getting my donut and chocolate milk tomorrow when we get back to work at the old Aeropuerto. Oh, that Amarillo is sidestepping it to 13 right. Well, all right. Be that way. I'll show people what appears to be either a new airport operations building or a new fire station. I'm going to guess fire station, but not totally sure. Fun fact, did you know, according to FAA regulations, the ARF response to a emergency has to be 3 minutes to the center of the most distant, has to be within 3 minutes of the most distant runway, to the center of the most distant runway. There we go, I said it. That is a federal regulation. Your response time has to be less than 3 minutes to the center of the most distant runway. Next arrival is an unnamed Challenger 300. It's keeping it top secret. So this is often where the President of the United States does land if he's visiting Dallas. So I'm interested to see what they do if the current president lands here. If they'll close off the observation area or still keep it open. Stephen Lycan says, give me some Jelly Rose custard Long Johns or the cherry fritters, and I was a happy camper. Wow. You like a rich donut. You like a rich donut, Stephen. I wonder if they're doing an escort over here. Yep. Damon, good evening. Welcome into Love Field. Welcome into the new observation area. This is my first time here. Might be we got a Pilatus inbound. I looked up a Pilatus, so I didn't pick the Pilatus, by the way, for our 1 million subscriber plane because of the tariff, since it's Swiss made. But I think it's right at 4 million, a PC-12. Maybe it's 5 million. It's pretty. I was shocked at how much the TBM and the Pilatus were. Go, Ops, go. I'm going to be putting together, I think I might have enough time today after I get home to put together a highlights video of the show last night. So just look for that, and I hope you'll watch that because every view helps the channel. But I thought the A380 looked really good last night. So thanks again to everybody who stayed up late with us last night. And there is that Pilatus. Wow. Right at the beginning of the runway there. He's like, thank you. I'm going to try and make this the shortest landing ever. And under 2,000 feet, no less. Ah, good, Stephen. Glad you were able to check out the A380. We waited for it, but it was definitely was looking good. Yeah, this is very much like Chicago Midway, but even less airlines because we really only have Jet Suite X and Delta and Southwest, and it's really just Southwest. Oh, the Matt Man, yes, we need to mention Southpaws. Jeez, ouch. Southpaws pole loss. Texas Girl saying hello from New Mexico on the road. Hey, what's up, Texas Girl? Thank you for tuning in. How are the roads on your way to Las Vegas? Ouch, man. That All right, this is coming in from Birmingham, Alabama on a 737-800. I got you, Texas Girl. Vegas is tomorrow. Awesome. Nice landing there. Chase, what's happening, man? I'm doing great. We're just wrapping up our third day of broadcasting here at the new observation area at Love Field. Feather Jensen says that looks like that airport that was filmed on Landman. It very well could be the airport that was filmed on Landman because they do a lot of filming in Texas. My ATC shut down. Not surprising. Work in progress. Yeah, in fact, I don't know if you can see Southwest headquarters too well with the new fire station being built, but if you look there in the distance, you can see Southwest right there. But yeah, the headquarters, for those who don't know, are right across the street from Love Field. Unfortunately, they don't have a people bridge to get to Love Field, but it's pretty dang close. And not too bad. And you can see the Southwest hangars right there. And Rob Bates is saying hello from Altoona, Pennsylvania. Thank you for tuning in, Rob. Greetings. Welcome in. Thank you so much. Dan Addison Planespotting says, hello from Dan Addison Planespotting Basic, Norfolk, UK. I have not, you know what, Chase? I have not downloaded it. Would you say it's pretty good? I have seen it. I just haven't downloaded it yet. What's your review on it? Love to hear your take, Chase. Let's see, Steven. It depends which airport you're flying out of. I always go with the 2-hour rule, except with Tucson. I can probably, if I'm there at about an hour and 25 minutes, just say an hour 30, I'm perfectly fine. I really would say an hour 15, but I'd like to give people a cushion. So our next arrival appears to be from Charlotte, a 737-700. Welcome in, Dan Anderson. We love having you. We're actually at Dallas Love Field's new observation area that was opened up about 2 months ago. So this is brand new for me. Others have been here, but this is my first time here. And it's totally free. Roger that, Chase. I'll tell you what, I'll look at it and I'll give you a review. Tonight, Tyson Price, I'm flying out of DFW on American Airlines. I believe the flight's like 1803 or 1830 from DFW International to Tucson. Damon says Heathrow was a good viewing area if you could handle the steps. Well, I hear Manchester's pretty good.
He's rich enough, but he wants more. Oh, yeah.
All right, our next arrival, another flex jet from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Home of American's massive MRO facility, maintenance, repair, and overhaul. Shady says, Magician, what do you suppose they are monitoring from the control tower at the car wash? Probably ramp control. If you're just joining us, welcome into Pip's Planespotting Live. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Yesterday we were broadcasting from DFW, and today we're broadcasting from the second commercial airport in DFW, or in Dallas-Fort Worth. That's Dallas Love Field. This is the airport you fly into if you want to be closer to downtown. I see Manchester gets busy with families. Understandably so. But I'm sure it can be pretty busy. Which I have no doubt it'll be busy here. Cam and Genevieve, hello from Notting Hill, London. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Great to have you. Ryan Gardner, how's it going? Oh, Ryan asked, which spotting area do you like more, Founders or Love? That's a tough one. That is a tough one. So as soon as this flex jet takes off, I'll give you an answer. Again, we'll be here for like another hour and a half. And then I'm going to pack up, head home, shower, and get ready for my flight back to Tucson tonight. Rock and roll. Booyakacha! What's happening? Yes, make it the most tracked flight in America, but it is actually American. I'm going out of DFW International Airport, and it is taking off at, or blocking out at approximately 9:15 to Tucson. I think it's flight 1803, 1830. I got to look at it as we get an Embraer Phenom landing for NetJets. All right, so Ryan Gardner asks, NYCDD, what's up? Welcome in. So Ryan Gardner, I am going to give the edge as much as I don't want to. This is a tough one. I'm going to give the edge to Dallas Love Field's new observation area. Why? It really comes down to one simple answer. Shade. That's it. This giant rotunda with a giant roof on it is awesome. I don't have to have the sun in my face unless it's like sunrise or sunset. It is great. So I got to give the edge. And we're much closer to the runway. So even though I absolutely love Founders Plaza, I have to give the edge to Love Field's new observation area. Oh, it's a Gulfstream. A G500 from Washington Dulles. That's hilarious, Q. We saw Qantas Flight 7 take off, or Qantas Flight 8 take off late last night, and it still hasn't landed. That should tell you how tired I am. All right, so my flight number, folks, let me tell you exactly, precisely. It is as followed. It is flight 1830. It is American flight 1830, DFW to Tucson, non-stop. Oh, Cam and Genevieve. I live in Tucson, so I might have to make it out to LAX. I'd love to see you from the flight deck. That would be awesome. But that would be dope. But I'm based in Tucson. I just happened to come to Dallas because I used to live here, and my parents do, and it's Mother's Day. It was Mother's Day in the United States on Sunday, so I flew out to enjoy Mother's Day weekend with mi familia. But we'll keep an eye out for you. What kind of plane do you fly, Cam and Genevieve? After Southwest waited for a few minutes, it's ready to roll down the runway. This is, I believe, Southwest 1092 to Austin. All right, man, thanks so much for tuning in, being a part of the action. Have a great Tuesday, and we'll see you later. All right, this is just super sharp. Zoom. The Gulfstream. Cam flies the A350 1000 from Virgin Atlantic. Excellent. Cam, thank you for letting us know. I was a long time, but I was a flight dispatcher for almost 5 years. That's a light flight. Plenty of room to head down to Austin. An A350 1000. Awesome. An Airbus, even better. Let's see. So that would be LAX, maybe San Francisco. Does the A350 1000 Cam fly to Orlando? Also, that's a good question. I think the Dreamliner flies to Seattle. Cam, I like it. Who is this guy? JFK too, yeah. Oh, nice. Damon says he flew A350 to Orlando in 2023. Got more 737 800s and Maxes headed our way to take off. So we get a 737-800, a 737 MAX 8, and a 737-700. So the entire fleet of Southwest getting ready to take off on our side. Southwest 374 from LaGuardia appears to be next. A MAX 8. Pacoa, thanks for being here and showing some great footage. Well, thank you for being here, hitting that thumbs up button, liking, and subscribing. Appreciate you. Right back at you, Slick. Cam says, used to fly Jet 2 for the 757-200 and 737-300 previous to Virgin. Ah, so Cam, the question is, which do you like flying more, a Boeing or an Airbus? That is the question, Cam. Which do you like more? Flying a Boeing or an Airbus? And if you're just joining us, this is episode 506 of Pip's Planespotting Live from the Dallas Love Field observation area. It's been open, I think, for about 2 months. It's my first time here. Really like it. Should come down, visit. Totally free. Sorry, my shoulder's in the way. Cam says, Boeing, American made, trust them much more than the European ones as a European. Well, right on. Thank you, Cam. That's a strong endorsement for Boeing. I have to say, on my flight simulator, I do like flying the side stick as opposed to the yoke. That's just me. Here we go. We are going to LaGuardia on this flight. There's downtown Dallas in the background. Yeah, nobody wants the door to fall off, Cam. That's very... Yep. We were up in Seattle in January broadcasting. Uncle Plane Guy says they got a Poseidon, P8 Poseidon coming in. That's pretty awesome. So, Booyakacha, I'm trying to decide where it ranks as far as plane spotting observation areas. I don't know if I can put it ahead of Grand Rapids quite yet, just because Grand Rapids has bathrooms and tables. So, I'm trying to decide on that. I would place this, you know what? I would probably place this. I would place this probably in a tie with Charlotte for number 2. Or, no, you know, I think I rated Charlotte number 1, so now I might have to go back and do Grand Rapids. So this is definitely top 3. I'm definitely going top 3 on this in the country. Plane spotting parks. I didn't tell you where that one was going, but this one looks like it's going towards Colorado Springs. I think there's very few people, Cam, that didn't like the 757. Everybody's like, why'd they quit making it? Why'd they quit making it? Make a new version. Everybody I've talked to. Thanks to those who's contributed so far, Moose Turner, and thank you, Air King Flyer. And thank you, Mark Bright Spark. And we still have a NetJet's gonna take off here. And thank you, Luke Jensen, as well. And thanks for putting up me being halfway tired. We stayed up late till about 11:40 last night. Waiting for the A380 to take off. And then I drove home, went to bed, showered, woke up, came in down here. Hey, we got a King Air landing. Appreciate you, Tim Arnold. Thank you, sir. Nice King Air B350. Look at that. Cam and Damon. Cam flew Damon to Orlando. Nice. That's pretty red. Where is this NetJets headed? King Air from Horseshoe Bay, Texas. It's definitely way more humid than Tucson. So I'm really grateful that it is in the shade. Hashtag grateful. Challenger hanging out. That is the plus. My skin feels 10 years younger, Buyakacha. My skin feels 10 years younger. And I don't have all the dry skin issues being down here. Challenger will be up and away shortly. Thank you, everybody who's joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Appreciate all of you being a part of the action. Sad I have to go back home to Tucson. But we'll be back. You ever notice how long the wings are on a little Cessna Citation Latitude? It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Sounds cool, Cam and Genevieve. You can email me too. You can email me always. To anybody's welcome to email me. pipsplanespottinglive @gmail.com. Sounds awesome, though. For our 20,000 subscriber special, we are trying to plan ahead, and when we hit 20,000 subscribers, we will be doing a trip to Europe, to the UK, and broadcast for a week from the UK. Look at you, Q. You got the headings and the routings for the Worth 1 departure. And the waypoints. That's some good stuff right there, Q. That is nice. We're almost 12,300 subscribers, which is fantastic. Wonderful stuff. Cam says, "What are you talking about, man? I wouldn't bother coming to that country. Honestly, Cam, I would just like to stay at the either the Renaissance at London Heathrow or the Hyatt place, since I'm a Hyatt member, and just hang out there for a few days. I think Great Britain is pretty cool. I know every country has its ups and downs, but I think Great Britain is pretty cool. And I've always wanted to go to Ireland too. Have you seen our politics? Not that we really talk about politics on the show, but yeah. Politics is... There's no such thing as a perfect art of politics. You're welcome, Mark Bright Spark. We do have inbound traffic to us here on runway 13 left. We're on South Flow today, which would be a great day for spotting at DFW. But I'm kind of glad we're doing this to wrap up on Tuesday. So if you're just joining us, welcome. Welcome to the episode. And thank you for tuning in. Love Field, the observation area. My flight radar wigged out. We got a private jet. Looks like our Houston Hobby Jet Suite X, it appears. Stop it. Jet Suite X. The Loophole Airline. Roger that, Mark. It's all good. Politics is an imperfect science. That's why I like aviation. That's why we stick to aviation. Because, you know, there's one thing I've always learned about aviation is, like, no matter your age, your background, whatever, everybody all comes together for the same thing to enjoy aviation. That's what I like about plane spotting and broadcasting. It's like the Red Stripe, Mark Bright Spark. That's kind of like Jet Suite X's thing, is they have the red stripe. Yeah, it is. It's the like semi-private airline, but you can buy fares for it because it fits a loophole that are in the federal aviation regulations for Part 135, that as long as you're under a certain number of passengers or seats, you can do that. It's interesting. I have to look. There's a loophole that allows Jet Suite X to be Jet Suite X and do commercial service. It's very interesting. Next arrival, Southwest 2591 from San Antonio. Look at all our friends from across the pond today. That's wonderful. I know you didn't get to see a lot of the show yesterday because of how late we were up, so it's great to see all of you. What's up, Nick? I think I saw you just pull up, Nick. Shady Magician says Jet Suite X is awesome. I am a fan. I have not had a chance to fly them. I think that's my one airline I should have flown that I haven't yet. Especially since I lived in Dallas for a while. Hey, what's up, Scott Shaver? Good afternoon to you. What is happening? Son of him, what is up from South Africa? What's up, Nick? Look at that. You're like almost as tall as me. Give me a high five. Good to see you. You still out in Weatherford?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, look, you got a nice shirt and everything. Have you guys been here before? Cool. Yeah, but they just finished this in like the last 2 months. So it's great. So you got to come here like during the summertime because there's this giant roof that, yeah, can't beat it. Cannot beat it. Thank you, Scott Shaver, for leaving the like. Here comes the King Air. Up and away it goes. All right, our next arrival looks like it'll be Southwest 852 from Memphis. And meanwhile, we have... Wait. Southwest 737-800 going to Phoenix. That is the Phoenix departure. And then Memphis is arriving first. So yeah, right now we have 57% think the Love observation area is better than the DFW Founders Plaza. Cam asks, is that DFW's tower over there? DFW is about, Cam is about probably 15 nautical miles. 15, 20 nautical miles away. And it's to the north and west. Greetings, Daniel. That one came in like a flurry. So DFW is over behind those buildings, fairly about 5 nautical miles behind those buildings. It's about, without traffic, it's about 20-minute drive from Love Field to DFW. But rarely is there never any traffic. So the concern I have is, so now that the Wright Amendment has expired, Love Field is working on their expansion plans, adding more gates and all sorts of stuff. There's been a lot of private jets today. And for you friends who aren't familiar with Love Field, this is the closest airport to downtown Dallas. Another thing you may not know is this is typically the airport that the President of the United States flies into if he's visiting Dallas. Once in a while, he'll do DFW, but this is often where they fly into. So again, my flight, if you'd like to track it, is American Flight 1830. It takes off from DFW International Airport at 9:15 tonight. We have a Learjet 45 arrival. And then we also have Southwest Airlines on a MAX 8 going to St. Louis. Understood. I think most people across the pond, Damon, will be sleeping. Yes, we'll be sleeping. No, well, Tim, this trip I had some miles to use for American Airlines. And I said, you know what? I'll do that. I didn't have enough miles with Southwest, but I had enough with American, Tim. So that is why I went with Southwest. So yeah. So I was trying not to spend any money to come out here because I had spent a lot going to San Diego 2 weeks ago. And that was an expensive trip. Max 8 going to St. Louis. Here we go. Damon says, when I worked for the bakery, I was up at 2:30 a.m. most mornings. Yikes. That sounds like how early I would wake up when I was flight dispatching. I would get up around 1:30. Yeah. If I had a job, Damon, I wouldn't mind getting up at 2:30. I know it was rough. But after working nights, I like working the mornings. The question is, like, how early? I don't know. But I do like working the mornings. Just because at the end of the day, you still have time to do stuff you need to before everything closes. This looks like a little Phenom 100. Maybe a Phenom 300. Yeah, it's 300. It looks like that. And it left with just enough time for our Southwest arrival, which is Southwest 1347, a 737 MAX 8 from Las Vegas. Hey, what's up, Zoe? How are you? Happy Tuesday to you. Dan Reeves, evening all. Well, I figured it would be Matthew Breckshot. I'm sure the Anchorage flights will be full. Dan Reeves hanging for 30 minutes. Better be some good stuff. Well, since you threatened me. Dan Reeves, this is the new observation area here at Dallas Love Field. And so he wanted to check it out. Plus, a lot of people were like, you got to check it out. You got to check it out. And I was like, okay. I said, send me there. Deborah, good evening to you. Thank you for joining us here from Love Field. This is a brand new observation area. That's a pretty good deal, Tim. $143 round trip. That's pretty great. That is pretty doggone great. Challenger looks ready to take off. Down runway 13 left. Wow, we got a great contingent from across the pond today. This is wonderful. Greetings to our friends in the metric system. The metric system. That would be the correct word. Metric. Ooh, a Piaggio. Nothing like a rear-mounted engine. Q says, bringing up a Piaggio just around the corner, potentially. That's a fun one. We'll see if we're lucky enough to get it. So thank you everybody for joining us. If you haven't hit that thumbs up button, sure appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe so you know when and where we'll be broadcasting next. Head back to Tucson, back to work. And I think our next broadcast will be, might be next weekend or it might be in 2 weeks. Got some work stuff to take care of. Cam, well, thank you so much for the offer. I might just take you up on that. I will definitely let you know. Lynn and Matt have been doing a great job, Mattman and Dreamweaver, so, but I will let you know. All right, Trucker Norm, have a great one. Time for a nap. We'll see you on the next one, Trucker Norm. Take care, sir. Adios, muchacho. I think we have just enough battery. I wonder how my battery's doing. I might have to swap out the batteries here real quick. There goes the Challenger. Well, thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. That is a nice idea. Up and away it goes. Booyakach, any sound effects today? Yeah, we got to get one in for Southwest. Let's see, what do we get?
Hello again, everybody.
There we go, Harry Carey. I'm just so tired. I'm just kind of flat after staying up so late last night.
How's your mother, by the way?
Hi, everybody.
Thank you. So yeah, we don't have any we need some Southwest sound effects. Cam, in the future. In the future. We do need to add that for Southwest. That's a good suggestion, Booyakacha. You know, Southwest, I wonder if they have that copyrighted, Booyakacha. I wonder if that's copyrighted or not. I'll have to email their media relations and see if that ding is copyrighted. How much battery do I have left? Let's see. 9 minutes. 9 minutes. Ooh, a Piaggio. I'm telling you, I'm going to switch out the battery right now. Stand by. For my camera. And we're back. There we are. We are back. Piaggio, nothing like a rear-mounted engine. Homer Doe sound effect. Air transport intercom ding. You are now free to move about the country. Yeah. So that's why I got to be careful. Booyakacha. Parker says, I'm not sure if Tokyo is going to happen this year. Was looking October, but the prices are wild. I bet they are, especially with the fuel chaos going. But Parker, I have a feeling in August they'll go down because the airlines will look at their demand. It's kind of like, so they might lower the prices. I think it could still happen. We're cheering for you, Parker. I mean, Tokyo would be great. Last year I saw flights to Tokyo for as low as $800 round trip on Japan Airlines. But that was before somebody decided to go to war. Here goes the Learjet. Here goes the Learjet. Did that Piaggio? Oh, yeah, there is the Piaggio on the other side. I see it. It's about to cross the runway. Oh, the Piaggio turned. Doggone it, it turned. We'll see it here in just a second. Pop out from behind. There it is. $3,000 and up for economy on American and Japan Airlines. Yikes. That is pretty ridiculous. Ouchie. Sorry to hear that, Parker. Okay, we've got an inbound arrival. It is Southwest 471, 737 MAX 8 to Denver. It'll be landing here in the next minute, 90 seconds. If you're just joining us, welcome in. This is Pip's Planespotting Live, episode 506 from the new observation area at Love Field. It's pretty great. So I'm a little tired. Woke up, quick turnaround. That's why it's important to get a good night's sleep. Piaggio planes look like crickets to me. They kind of do. Like their legs and style, yeah. Mexikid says, yeah, the Piaggio plane's definitely unique. For sure. The Italian said, you know, we're going to do something totally different. We are going to put the props backwards instead of forwards. Oh, Mexikids, hi from across the airport in the Southwest headquarters building. Well, thanks so much for tuning in. Awesome. Great to have you. I've got a couple of flight dispatcher friends over there. I think Joe works middays and Morgan works overnights. And I actually met your CFO once when he was working for Breeze. Moving along. I think that was an old Hawker. So the Southwest headquarters, Mexikid is over there. So you can see the Southwest at the top of the building there. Southwest. Oh, look at this turn and burn. I was going to wait for them. They said, no way, we're taking off. Taking off in a GIF. If we look in the distance, we can see Irving, Texas, where the Cowboys used to have their location. Now they're in Frisco. again, if you'd like to track my flight, it's American Flight 1830 tonight, going back to Tucson International Airport. I was here for the Mother's Day weekend and was glad to be here. Hope you enjoyed the last 3 days of broadcasting. I think... Oh, look at this. Look at this sharp little private jet in gray and black. Nice paint scheme. I think I've seen this in Tucson before. Flight 1830, Tim. American Flight 1830, DFW to Tucson. You know what? We're going to turn over the gates here. Give you some gate action. So I think it is about time for me to get out of here. I need to shower up, get ready, and I'd like to just hang around my parents for a couple of hours before I have to fly out. So we're going to wrap up here.
It's time for
No, not that. There we go. Hey, big thank you to everybody who contributed to the show today. Air King Flyer Tim Arnold. Thank you, Moose Turder. Thank you to Mark Bright Spark. Thank you to Luke Jensen. Thank you guys for joining the premium first class premium exit row and first class premier clubs. Remember, that helps the channel each month. Premium economy, just 99 cents to join. That's right, 99 cents a month, lowest everywhere. Thank you, Damon. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I want to thank all of you for joining me here in Dallas the last 3 days. We did catch Royal Jordanian yesterday. Thank you to my parents who allowed me to be here and borrow their car. Thank you to my sister who picked me up at the airport. Thank you to everybody. Thank you, Scott. Parker, thank you so much for your support. We will see you again. Hopefully I'll have some big news for you by the weekend, I'm thinking. Hope. Oh, look at that. Tim Arnold says one more membership.
I want to think about dropping him a thank you.
Thank you, Tim Arnold, for gifting a membership. And yeah, we're hoping to have some big news for you soon. I'm hoping by the end of this week. But I can't tell you much right now. See you, Randy. But for now, just wait. And hopefully I'll have that highlights video from DFW up tonight. Huge news. Yeah, it's huge news. Huge news. This guy's flying. Thank you, Lynn Christie. Thank you, Matt Man. Thank you, Dreamweaver, for moderating. Randy Cajun disappeared, and I don't know why. This is a great new park, so I hope you can enjoy it. It's free. It's free, and it is for everybody. So again, the observation area, A+ by the Dallas Department of Aviation, the Dallas Love Field, and the City of Dallas. Thank you so much for doing it. It's fantastic. 506 is in the books. We'll see you, everybody. Have a great day. Have a great night.